Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be going back through my kitchen. A year ago, hope you don't mind, I'm cooking a little bacon while I'm talking. A year ago, I decluttered my kitchen. I got rid of old dish sets that I'd had for years from my second marriage, and I had like 12 plates, 12 bowls, 12 coffee mugs. I mean, it was just ridiculous. And in an effort to try to rebrand my apartment, I got rid of all of that, and I bought some new dishware from World Market. I'll show that to you here in just a minute. And I spent some time decluttering, and then I knew that I wasn't done. So it's been a year since I did that, and now it's time to go back and take a look at what's left. What have I not used? This is a method that I used with decluttering my clothes in my closet. I put everything on hangers and I put them in the closet backwards. And I kept them for about a year. And anything that I had not turned the hanger on in a year was something that I was not going to wear. I'd already been through all of the seasons. If I needed a sweater, I'd worn it. If I needed a t-shirt, I'd worn it. And so I got rid of a lot of that kind of stuff. I got a couple of slices of bacon left here. I'm just going to cook on their own. By the way, in case you're wondering, let me see if I can make everybody happy and wash my hands really good from all of the handling all the bacon. I did a recipe over on the Life in Motion Diaries channel a few weeks ago where I wrapped some hot dogs in bacon and just kind of have for snacks or maybe to make part of my lunch. Man, they were good. And so today I am using Johnson's Beer Brats. Now I am not putting a lot of other stuff on here. I just want to say this is not a cooking video, but I'm going to let these cook while I'm cleaning. And just so you know, I have this up on a rack. I'm going to have it up on a rack. I generally cook my bacon 385 degrees for 30 minutes. If I just put it down in the parchment paper so that it's sort of cooking in its own greases, then I would probably cook it for 25 minutes. So I'm going to cook it a little longer today. And I'm going to get this in here. It's time to run the self-cleaning thing on my oven again. Cook time, 30 minutes. And there we go. Now, I'm not using multiple cameras today. I'm not going to try to make this really fancy schmancy. In fact, I'm going to get my phone out of my pocket here. I have it on silent. That's good. But I do just want to kind of show you around some of the decisions that I left for later. I've already got a box together over here of things that I'm taking to Goodwill from other parts of the house. I try to keep a box together all the time, and as I run across something that I no longer need, I'll just put it in the box. When I get a full box, I go to Goodwill. So with my plates, what I did, I got 4 square plates, large, 4 small plates. And I only got 4 for 2 reasons. One is because I can use 4 before I have to use the dishwasher. And I don't have room for more than 4. But a few things that I kept, just waiting to see. I had these. I try not to make too much noise around my microphone, but I had these that I set aside because I was doing some food photography at the time, and I thought, well, this will be a little different look. Haven't done that, so they're going to go away. And then I also bought 3 sort of, again, I apologize for the noise around my microphone, but some fairly long plates in case I wanted to get fancy when I was serving food. And I've never used them. What I use instead is a little shorter, fatter plate. You can see the difference here. And so I do use this plate, but I don't use these. So that's going away. And also, I got a serving dish, like to put dish dips and stuff in. I never use this, ever. I've never used this in the entire time that I've owned it. So that's going to go away. The other things up here are things that I use on a regular basis, so I'm going to keep those there. And then in this shelf, I had some stuff in this container, but when it's up high like this, you can't see what it is. And so I've taken this out and I've put in a shorter container to hold those things. So that's going to go away. I do have up on the top shelf like some self-rising flour, some Karo syrup, things that I use when I'm making the North Carolina raw apple cake at Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I don't want to have to buy those again. So there's like sugar up there and all this kind of stuff. I just leave it out of sight, out of mind. I don't use it. And then I also have some Ziploc bags in this container, this drawer. Here, I have another one of these same things, but I do use this because it holds all of my clips. And I don't have to see what's in there. I just need to get to them. And I bought a bunch of containers that are like this. It has a little ring around it, and they just sort of squeeze in there and then clip really tight. And they seal really, really well. And I like them so much better than these old things that are now, I don't know if you can see this or not. You see how the bottom of that's all messed up? These are Snapware, and they also have a little ring on them. But they are really hard to figure out when you've got them on the deal. So even now, I can't close it. And I am slowly trying to replace these, but I need to hang on to this until I do. So that's kind of the way that is. Now in this area, I've got all of my spices and things. And again, because I now have these as a small container, I no longer need this as a small container. This has some fake sugar in it that I'd never use, so I'll dump that and get rid of that one. But I do use all of the seasonings that are in that cabinet. In this cabinet, I've got 3 of these drink cups. Now, this one, one of my daughters gave me, and this one is my retired cup. And this one is, it's from the school that I taught at, but I don't need 3. One of them has to go, and I only have 2 lids, so this one doesn't have a lid. It's going to go. Up here I have this 0-calorie sweetener that I have not used, but I'm not getting rid of that because I don't know if I will or not. And then I have another sort of partial bottle of Karo syrup that really needs to move up here. And some white vinegar, a couple of oils that I use from time to time. Here I've gone through all of these seasonings. I've pretty well gotten rid of everything that I don't need. And I do have them in these little containers like this so that they don't kind of spread out. There's probably a better way to do that, but that's what I'm doing. And then in this one, man, I really wanted to use these. I did. I wanted to use them so badly. That's why I hung on to them. They don't match anything I have anymore. But these little baking dishes, I just think they're so cute. But in the last year, I have used them 0 times. 0. So why am I hanging on to them? I have no idea. They're going away. And then I've got, again, some other little things that I bought to kind of organize stuff in drawers. I don't need them. I've hung on to them in case I did. I've tried to use them places, and they just didn't work out, so they're going away. And then I do have all of my Element up here and my coffee filters and all that kind of stuff. I do have... I love Element in water, but they made some to do... This is the... I think the hot chocolate. Yeah, chocolate caramel to like add to your coffee or whatever. Man, it's awful. It's just awful. But it's, but it's full. And I don't know if I can donate that anywhere or not, but I've learned my lesson about throwing away food on this channel. So we're not throwing it away. And then everything else up here is stuff that I do use on a fairly regular basis. In this drawer, I've got, rags and things, pot holders. And then in this drawer, I forgot what this is. This is a little scraper for my oven or for my stove. And I've got things like my scissors and my poultry scissors. And I don't know if you have one of these or not. My mom got this for me. I don't even know what it's called, but this is the absolute best thing ever to just mash up ground beef. It makes it so super fine. I can't live without this. So a few things in there. And then in this drawer, I have 2 sets of knives. Now, I just had one, and I really like them. I had this knife to, do some heavy duty cutting. Had a little paring knife, another little knife. I can't keep these 2 knives sharp. I just can't keep them sharp. And I don't know if Goodwill takes knives or not. But we're going to try that. I've got this knife and this one and a little smaller knife that's dirty at the moment. These are Gold Coast. And they are sharp. They will stay sharp. So I'm going to keep these, but these 2 knives cut different. So at the moment, I'm going to keep them both. And I've got a can opener and a wine bottle opener in here as well, so they're staying. And then over here, I have another one of these that I'm not using anymore. And just some measuring stuff, so it's going to stay there. Where am I at? Down here I just have like foil and parchment paper and all that. Somebody noticed in a video recently, I have them all in a trash can. It just keeps them all together. This is the drawer that I really want to look at, and it's probably not going to show up on the screen very well, if at all. But on the top shelf, I have my crock pot, which I do use. I've got a couple of lids for my frying pans that I use. I have the base to my blender, and I have an emulsifier. Those are all things that I use. What's underneath here? Another lid. What I didn't realize until the other day, because I had totally forgotten it, my microwave doubles as an air fryer. And I had forgotten that. There's a little adapter thing to put in there when I want to use it as an air fryer. So I'm going to be trying that out because I see all these recipes for air fryers and they are just remarkable. So I'm going to give that a shot. But I'm going to keep all of those things. And then on the bottom, I have my really big pot that I do keep for when I'm making things for the family. The base to my regular blender. And this right here, which is basically, I guess, like a steamer of sorts to put down in a pan. I don't have the pan it goes in anymore, and I never use that. So that's going away. This is going to be the tough place to get stuff out. So give me a moment here while I look around. I've already gotten rid of most of the stuff down here. I love this little pan just to cook single eggs, but I never use it anymore, so it needs to go. And then I have a couple of baking dishes that I'm going to hang on to again, because when I make the North Carolina raw apple cake, I need to hang on to that. I do have a muffin tin to make like egg muffins and stuff. And then I have a larger muffin tin that I also hang on to for that purpose. And I thought I would really like this silicone muffin baker thing, but I don't. So it's going away. Now, I don't have anything left under the sink to worry about getting rid of, but I don't know. Let me look at the camera real quick. You can sort of see this. All of this stuff has been sitting in my kitchen for the last year, and it has never seen the light of day. Well, except for these two knives that are useless. So why hang on to them? Why keep them? Every once in a while, after you've decluttered and you've sort of lived with it again, it's time to rethink what you have left. What is working for you? Now, there are a couple of things that I do want to buy. For instance, when I'm cooking on the top of my stove and I'm using my cast iron skillet to like cook hamburger patties or something, they splatter really bad. So I need to buy a splatter guard to put over that pan. I don't have one yet, but I need to get that. So, as I look around, there are a couple of things that I need to do. While I'm thinking about it, this was something we decluttered out of my mom's kitchen, and she said, you might be able to use that. And it's basically a cast iron skillet of sorts that would sit over two burners on my stove, or it could go out on a barbecue grill. And I've tried to use it. It doesn't heat evenly on my stove. It is so incredibly heavy. I have no use for this any longer. And so, I'm sorry, Mom, that's got to go. And so that's it. I've got another 16 minutes until my bacon is done. So that took less than 15 minutes to go back through the kitchen and do a very quick declutter of things I know that I don't need. It doesn't take long. So I would encourage you, if it's been a while since you've gone through your bathroom, or it's been a while since you've gone through your kitchen, while you're cooking, just take a few things out of the cupboard, a few things out of a shelf, put it aside. Say, I'm never using this. It's not going to happen. And see where you wind up. Let me know what you think in the comments, and hopefully I've not ticked anybody off with cross-contamination or with throwing away food or all the other things I've faced over the year that I've been online. Let me know what you think in the comments, and thank you for watching. We'll see you again next time.